We just talked about the NXT Tag Team Championship, which is on the line at Roadblock, but the WWE Tag Team Championship is on the line as well. The New Day is going to be facing the League of Nations, Sheamus and King Barrett specifically, unless they decide to change their mind. This is a situation where, for weeks now, they've been talking on commentary about the League of Nations, the New Day being like at odds with each other, whatever like that, but we didn't really see all that much about it. And now they just sort of sprung this out of the blue, maybe because they decided at the last minute that they were like, shit, we're running out of time to build this up for WrestleMania. But if that's the case, then they're kind of already doing it now, and it's going to kill off a lot of the buzz when it comes to WrestleMania. So I'm at a loss here. I don't know. I mean, I'm starting to think that the tag titles might switch hands here. I'm getting suspicious about this. That might be like the only way that they can like breathe a little bit of life into this. And if Sheamus and Barrett win it, I'm not going to be too surprised, but what do you guys think about this?
The only thing about them winning is where the hell does it go from there?
Well, see, they just feud back and forth for a little bit,
Yeah, then what?
Well, the titles go back onto the New Day, and yeah.
Drew, don't make me break out the buzzer again.
Well,
New Day face turn?
Well, I don't know. That's actually a rumor. I'm surprised you didn't say anything about it, but that was something that apparently has been coming up on the dirt sheets recently. I'm not for it, but they got to try and do something with them because we all agree that the New Day haven't been good for quite some time. They have like their moments where they have a good night, but it's very hit and miss now. And I'm not a big fan of the League of Nations. But they're not really a bad group of guys to go out there and wrestle. And if you really want to build them up, have Del Rio win the U.S. title back. They win the tag titles. It brings more legitimacy to them. And beating the New Day, a tag team who has been the tag team to beat for quite some time now, it does build them up a little bit. So if they pull the trigger and that's what they end up doing, I don't blame them.
Well, the tag team division is weird right now. Like, we had the Usos and the Dudley Boys that were supposed to be feuding with each other, and they kind of dropped that one. And then we've got the Social Outcasts, which are feuding with fucking Ryback, which is weird enough. The Lucha Dragons are back together, but Kalisto's the U.S. champion, so they're kind of like half-assing both sides of that. And it doesn't look like there's really any strong match for WrestleMania for the tag titles, and if it's true that the New Day and the League of Nations are going to fight each other, if they fight each other here and there is no title change, how do you really build it up that much more for WrestleMania then? To just have another match? Just why not?
Well, it seems to be what they've been doing a lot lately. We're going to do this match at WrestleMania. Let's do it here first. Let's do it at Fastlane first. Let's do it at Roadblock first. It's like, it kills a lot of the momentum. The interest isn't there if you've already seen the match. So I would hope that there would be something. I don't know if a New Day face turn is really what they need, because true, they do need a little bit of more, I don't know, something else there, because the energy, the crowd hasn't been as hot on them as they have been in the past. I still like the New Day. I'm not as hot on them as I used to be, a couple months ago, but I like to see them as champs. I definitely want to see them in the tag team title match at WrestleMania, which I'm pretty sure they will be. Whether or not they enter as champs or not, I don't really think it makes that big of a difference. But with this storyline of New Day versus League of Nations, in my opinion, they haven't built it up enough to have a title change. The title change isn't going to mean so much because there's not enough story behind it, in my opinion.
I mean, this is a very simple story to build. It's that Freebird rule, but there's more on the League of Nations side. Boom.
Yeah, what kind of story are you expecting? New Day is a comedy tag team. They're not really a team that's focused around stories. What was the story of them winning the title? They were coming out being obnoxious, and then they took the titles. Now someone's going to shut them up. That's all it needs to be.
So you're expecting a title change?
Oh, yeah.
Now, if they do, in fact, do a title change, what would you do for WrestleMania? Or what do you think that they're going to do at the very least?
They ain't going to do shit. They're going to be in the Battle Royal.
No tag team match at all?
Nope.
It is a possibility. This WrestleMania is looking like it's going to be a real clusterfuck in a lot of ways.
Man.
So I wouldn't be shocked.
You know how, like, for a while they would bring someone out with the New Day? I know they had Mark Henry at some point. If they really want to and utilize this Freebird rule, along with the Fabulous Freebirds going into the Hall of Fame, you definitely can do something where the New Day add a fourth member so it's all evened up. And you just have a 4-way match with just the 2 teams of 4 going at it for the tag belts.
I don't know if there's anybody that really could do the New Day
That would
thing.
be the issue with it. I mean, R-Truth is, if you really want to do some finite with that, just cut that off and just put R-Truth with them.
I'll tell you one person they could do that I would actually kind of mark out for if they did it. Christian. Christian still has it in him where he can do one more match. You know, he doesn't have to do a lot. They did kind of get buddy and buddy at Fastlane. Bring in Christian to be your backup. Edge can be there ringside too. You know, maybe he could do a spear on somebody. And then they could have a big celebration at the end.
Yeah. And with Christian, it's not like he had a career-ending injury. It's just that the injury bug finally caught up to him, and they just said, "Nah, get the fuck out of here." So,
well, yeah, I don't think anybody knows what the deal is with him exactly. There might be something, but I think it's more. It was just time. You know, he's a relic of the past almost at this point.
Well, he did say recently in an interview that he's not officially retired.
Right.
That it's just sort of, yeah, I'm retired. So, I don't know. I don't think there's anything to that at all, but...
Well, maybe it was he did his own belter berry on himself, and he knew he wasn't going to get a belt, so...
Yeah, then he's going to do Superstar Scores next, too. And a finisher versus finisher for the New Year.
Yeah, there you go.
And what about a heel or face?
Babyface. I like Babyface Christian better. There goes that whole segment.
Yeah, thanks.
I don't know. I mean, part of me wants to say that this could go either way. Like, the New Day could be retaining here because they keep retaining over and over again in any kind of situation where they could possibly drop those belts. And they are clearly, like, still just the tag team. But League of Nations, man, that seems really enticing for them to just switch it here. And I think this is the type of thing where there's not enough momentum unless there's a title change. So, gun to my head, I'm going to say Sheamus and Barrett win it. I don't know exactly how. And, like, I don't know if they're going to be the ones that defend it at WrestleMania or whatever the case may be, but I'm thinking League of Nations wins. What about you, Drew?
I'm going to go with League of Nations.
Kayla, what about you? I thought you were going to just build a little bit more on that.
No, I mean, if you want to, I can really quickly. It's just they win, and we'll see what they do going forward. They have a few options when it comes to that. So, if they do decide to pull the trigger and have the League of Nations wins, I'd like to see Del Rio win that title that doesn't exist anywhere because they don't promote Kalisto at all. So, yeah.
As I was saying before, I thought New Day, but listening to you guys talk about it, I think I've changed my mind. So I'm going to reverse my decision. I'm going to say League of Nations picks up the titles.
And Peyton sticking with League of Nations winning?
No, actually, I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to say this match ends in shenanigans, and then new NXT champions Enzo and Cass come out and punk out New Day.
Ooh, I'd like that.
I'd be cool with it.
And then WrestleMania, champions versus champions.
And then American Alpha come out.
Well,
hey, we're cool too.
You know what? Maybe the theme for this WrestleMania is that a lot of the NXT guys are going to get called up right before. If you're going to go with that, just why the hell not?
Baron Corbin's going to replace Roman Reigns from his septum injury.
Well, you know, that would be correct if Sean was here saying it.
All right, we have 2 more matches left to talk about. Next up, we're going to talk about is Brock Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt in Part 6.